During the first few years after monetary reform, the economic situation in Lithuania was complicated. Most industrial products and means of manufacturing were imported due to the country's agrarian nature. The prices of industrial production constantly grew in international markets, and the prices of agricultural products dropped to the pre-war price level. This negatively influenced the country's foreign trade. Income from export decreased and income from import increased. At that time, the country's economy badly lacked credit resources. Residents who had not forgotten losses experienced due to the depreciation of the mark did not hurry bring their savings to banks. This would have increased opportunities to give loans, and for this reason, credit from commercial banks was very costly, up to 60% yearly interest. At the Bank of Lithuania, deposits and savings also made up a small part, and banknote issuance as a credit source was also used very carefully. Regulating money circulation in the country and striving to increase currency resources, the Bank of Lithuania supported the export of agricultural and other products by taking only 4 to 6% yearly interest for export loans, and it reduced imports by limiting and making credit for import more expensive. Promoted export and regulated import lead to the development of local industry. However, the sum of loans given in 1923 made up only 16 million liters and could not satisfy the increased needs the country's economy. After the annexation of Klaipėda region by Lithuania, the liters was introduced there at the beginning of 1923. Residents, exhausted by inflation of the German mark, willingly accepted the new payment method. The Bank of Lithuania had to increase liters issuance to satisfy the country's economic circulation, and for this reason the number of banknotes in circulation became twice as big and their coverage by gold declined to 27%, that is lower than the 33% allowed by law. This did not last for a long time, because the annexation of the economically viable region and newly opened export and import opportunities through the port of Klaipėda improved the foreign trade balance, helped to increase gold and foreign currency resources, and created opportunities for better credit in the country's economy. Starting in the year 1925, after the liters became stronger and a more liberal policy for banknote coverage began to be applied, Bank of Lithuania loans greatly increased, and at the end of 1930 amounted to 103 million liters. The resource size of the bank's gold and foreign currency and the amount of money in circulation constantly changed and directly depended on the bank's operations. During this period, the main Lithuanian gold resources were stored in foreign banks in Denmark, Great Britain, Switzerland, Sweden, and the United States of America. Only a small amount of it was stored at the Bank of Lithuania. A network of banks and other credit institutions, however slowly, was being created and getting stronger. After the Bank of Lithuania took over all the operations of the state treasuries and state savings banks from the Ministry of Finance, the bank was also assigned all the state treasury network. Branches of the Bank of Lithuania were established in premises of treasuries in Šiauliai, Panevėžys, Telšiai, Ukmergė and other cities. Klaipėda's branch was established in a former Reichsbank's branch building, which was bought from Germany, and a building holding a former Azovas Donas commercial bank branch was rented to Kybartai branch. At the end of 1928, a construction of a new and modern building of the Bank of Lithuania, which was designed by the architect Professor Mykolas Songaila and cost over 6 million liters, was finished in Kaunas. Two stock capital banks of mixed capital, the Bank of Lithuania and Land Bank, were established before 1928. The government had a controlling portfolio of stocks in them. 6 private stock capital commercial banks, Trade and Industry Bank, Agricultural Bank, Commercial Bank, Central Jewish Bank, Credit Bank and International Bank, and 2 banks of cooperative credit unions, Cooperation Bank and Central Farmer Bank, were established, and 25 mutual credit associations, 431 credit cooperatives and 2 banking houses operated. The sum of joint capital of all the credit institutions increased from 29 million liters at the end of 1922 to 99 million liters at the end of 1928. The sum of deposits increased from 7 million liters to 138 million liters, and the number of loans given during the same period increased by as many as 16 times, from 15 million liters at the end of 1922 to 242 million liters at the end of 1928.